You're looking to get into real estate investment. Here are 3 paths you may want to consider going down. I'm Ellen Mitchell, your heels on the ground in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. And on this channel, we talk about everything real estate, probate, guardianship, senior relocation, and today we're going to be talking about investment property. I am a big believer in investment property myself. It's not something that I just talk about, it's something that I live. I do have a modest real estate portfolio, and when I'm no longer working for active income, that will fund my retirement. My first broker and mentor, Gary Smith, always told me that he could teach me how to get rich slow, but he could not teach me how to get rich quick, and that would be through real estate. Thankfully, he was correct, and I want to share some of the lessons that I learned from him with you. One of the properties would be a multifamily property. So multifamily property would be duplex, triplex, or fourplex. That type of property is eligible for an FHA loan. What does that mean? An FHA loan means that you would only have to put a down payment of 3.5%. You would have to reside on one half of the property if it was a duplex, or 1/3 if it was a triplex, or 1/4 if it was a fourplex. So you would live in one of the units and you would rent the other units. Those units would cover some, most, or all of your monthly mortgage, depending on how it is structured. Now, the property has to be financeable. So we've spoken about this in previous episodes. What does that mean? If there's an active roof leak, it is not financeable, but that doesn't mean that you can't buy it for FHA. What it means is that we could figure out with a roof company to sign a contract with a roofer saying that the roof was going to be replaced within 30 days after closing. They'll allow you to close, write the insurance. The insurance company will come back out and inspect and make sure that it's done and everything is good. So it must be financeable in order to qualify for FHA. It's a great program. I'm not aware of any other program where you can purchase an income property with only 3.5% down. So I would strongly encourage people to look into this. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to help you along the way. The second type of property is an Airbnb. Now, with that being said, a duplex you could live on half and you could Airbnb the second half. But what I see most common in South Florida is that people are Airbnb-ing condominiums. So, for example, you've got a condominium on the beach. You have to make sure that the building permits short-term rentals or Airbnbs. Not all buildings do. So you don't want to buy this property to use as an Airbnb and find out after you've closed that you're only permitted to rent the property once a year for a minimum of 6 months. That would be a disaster. So doing your homework up front, letting your realtor know the intention of the property, and if the intention of the property is to run it as an Airbnb, then your realtor should only find you condos that allow Airbnbs. So that would be a second investment property. You could either buy that cash or you could buy it with financing. Most likely you would need to put 25% down. The FHA 3.5% loan is only for owner-occupied properties, so it wouldn't be available for that. And then the third area. The third area, I've included some photos and videos today of 3 properties that I visited up in the West Palm Beach and Delray area. One of the properties is boarded up. We did remove the boards so that we could go in and see the property. It has extensive termite damage. The roof needs to be replaced. There is no kitchen, and the property is in deplorable condition. It does have a second structure on the property, which is grandfathered in. So whoever buys it may want to fix up both properties because you wouldn't be able to replace the second structure on the property. that leaves a lot of room for an investor to think about. The lot next door is also available. So as an investor, people will be looking at, do I buy the house, or do I buy the property with the house and the cottage on it and the lot next door? Perhaps knock down both of the existing structures and buy something larger, a duplex, a fourplex, a sixplex, an eightplex. We would need to check with zoning to make sure that anything that they're thinking about doing would be permissible with the city, but that's one option. Another option is to sell the lot off separately and then just purchase the property with the 2 existing structures on it, bring those structures up to average condition, and either sell the properties or turn around and flip them. So those properties are not eligible for financing in any way, shape, or form. These properties are really for very skilled investors. These are not beginning investor properties. So it takes a very skilled investor to look at all of the options, decide which option best aligns for their plan for the property, and then they would be purchasing cash, or they would be borrowing money on a hard money loan, which charges a pretty high interest rate, and it's for a short period of time. But the contract would be written as cash with no financing contingency. A lot of the investors that I work with do borrow hard money, so it could be 12%, it could be 14% for a minimum of 6 months. They make the renovations to the property, they turn around and sell it, and they pay the investor off. So as you can see, we have 3 different roads we could go down. The first, multifamily property with an FHA loan, 3.5% down, and you need to live in one. Second, an Airbnb, which could be done in a duplex, but is most often done in a condominium. You want to make sure that the building that you're looking at permits Airbnbs. And third is a pure investor property that needs a lot of work, is not financeable, and it really needs an experienced investor. So if any of those or any other investment property seem of interest to you, I would love to discuss it. I am a passionate investor and real estate person, so no question is too big or too small. If you could please like or subscribe below. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future episodes, I'm always looking to find out what's new and relevant and top of mind for you.